Have you ever heard a parent say, with a tired laugh or a sharp voice, "I gave birth to the child, but heaven gave the temperament"? It sounds like wisdom. It sounds like surrender. Sometimes it even sounds like an excuse. And perhaps you have witnessed a scene like this. A neighbor comes to the gate, upset, saying, "Your child is causing trouble again. Please teach him. Please guide him." The parent sighs and replies, "Do you think I want my child to be difficult? I have 4 children. 3 are easy. Only this one is like this. I did not teach him to be naughty. He finds trouble by himself, so do not blame me." Parents give birth. Heaven gives the temperament. If you have ever felt sympathy for that parent, you are human. If you have ever felt anger toward that parent, you are also human. Because behind that sentence is a very real pain. The pain of raising a child whose energy feels bigger than your capacity. The pain of being judged by other people. The pain of not knowing what to do. The pain of seeing your child struggle and fearing the future. So today, let us look deeply, not to shame parents and not to blame children. Let us look with the Buddha's lens, the lens of causes and conditions, the lens of compassion, the lens of right effort. Because in the Buddha's teaching, nothing is simply fate. Nothing is simply heaven did it. Life ripens through karma and conditions, and the way we understand the child's temperament can either become a doorway to wisdom or a doorway to avoidance. Now, dear friends, welcome to Buddha Peaceful Mind. May this Dharma talk bring relief to parents who feel exhausted. May it bring gentleness to adults who carry childhood wounds. May it bring clarity to anyone who has been labeled as difficult. And may it remind us that the greatest education is not control. It is the steady training of the heart. Let us begin by understanding what this proverb is pointing to. Parents give birth. Heaven gives temperament. If we translate this into the Buddha's language, we can say something like this. Parents give the body, the early environment, and the first mirror. But each child arrives with their own tendencies, their own strengths, their own sensitivities, their own energy. Some of these tendencies feel very stable. They are like the shape of the riverbed. The water can change, but the shape is there. And yet the Buddha also taught that everything conditioned can be influenced. Not everything can be changed quickly. Not everything can be changed completely, but everything can be guided. So we must separate 2 things, temperament and character. Before we go further, let us become very clear about this word, temperament, because misunderstandings here create so much suffering. Temperament is like the weather system a child is born with. Some children are born with sunny skies. They recover quickly. They move on quickly. They do not hold grudges long. Some children are born with heavy rain. They feel deeply. They remember pain. They need more time to settle. Some children are born with strong wind. They are fast. They are curious. They are always moving. Some children are born with fog. They take time to warm up. They observe first. They may seem shy, but inside they are thinking a lot. None of these is virtue. None of these is a sin. It is simply how the nervous system is wired in the beginning. This is why 2 children can hear the same sentence and have 2 completely different reactions. You say, "It is time to stop playing." One child says, "Okay," and moves on. Another child cries like the world is ending. The parent may think the second child is spoiled or stubborn, but often The second child is simply more sensitive to transition. Their nervous system struggles to switch gears. So the wise parent does not only say, "Stop now." The wise parent prepares the transition. In 5 minutes, we will stop. In 2 minutes, we will stop. Now we stop, and you can choose what to do next. This is not weakness. This is skillful means. The Buddha taught that a wise teacher uses different medicine for different patients. In the same way, a wise parent uses different methods for different temperaments. If you treat every child exactly the same, you may be fair in your intention, but unskillful in your result. True fairness is not sameness. True fairness is giving each child what helps them grow. So when you hear, "Heaven gives temperament," do not hear it as a sentence that ends responsibility. Hear it as a sentence that begins wisdom. It is saying, do not demand one single mold. Now, here is another important truth. Temperament can look like morality to adults, but it is not. A child who sits quietly can still be selfish. A child who is loud can still be kind. A child who is cautious can still be dishonest. A child who is fearless can still be generous. So instead of saying, "This child is good," or "This child is bad," the Buddha's lens asks different questions. Does this child tell the truth? Does this child learn to repair? Does this child learn to be considerate? Does this child learn to take responsibility? These are character questions. Now, another misunderstanding is this. Some parents think a child with big emotions is disrespectful. But big emotions are not disrespect. They are untrained energy. Respect is a skill. Self-control is a skill. Patience is a skill. So if a child has big emotions, do not take it as insult. Take it as information. This child needs skills. This child needs more calm modeling. This child needs more structure. This child needs a parent who can regulate before correcting. Now, one more point. Temperament is partly stable, but it is not fixed like stone. A child's nervous system matures. A child's capacity grows. A child's habits become stronger. So you do not have to panic. A high-energy toddler can become a responsible teenager. A shy preschooler can become a confident adult. A sensitive child can become a compassionate healer. But this happens through conditions, through training, through love, with boundaries. So the proverb is not permission to label. It is an invitation to guide. Now we can return to the two words we must keep separate. Temperament is the child's basic energy pattern. How quickly they get excited, how sensitive they are to sound and light, how strongly they feel emotions, how easily they shift attention, how much they seek movement, how comfortable they are with strangers, how quickly they recover after frustration. Temperament is not morality. Temperament is not virtue. Temperament is not good or bad. It is simply the raw material. Character, on the other hand, is what grows over time. How the child learns self-control, how they learn respect, how they learn empathy, how they learn honesty, how they learn to repair after mistakes, how they learn patience, how they learn responsibility. Character is trained, and in the Buddha's teaching, character is karma in action, because karma means action, intention, habit, and habit becomes destiny over time. So the proverb becomes wise only when we use it correctly. It becomes harmful when we use it to stop trying. when we use it to avoid responsibility, when we use it to label a child as hopeless. So let us ask the real question. What can parents influence, and what can parents not control? First, what parents cannot fully control. You cannot choose your child's baseline energy like you choose a shirt. You cannot choose your child's sensitivity like you choose a haircut. You cannot choose your child's natural speed like you choose a car. Some children are born calm. Some children are born intense. Some children like quiet. Some children feel trapped by quiet. Some children can sit with a puzzle for an hour. Some children feel pain in their body if they sit too long. Some children cry easily. Some children hold emotions inside and become quiet. Some children are cautious. Some children are fearless. These differences are not proof of virtue. They are differences of temperament. So if you try to force every child into one mold, you create suffering. This is why the Buddha taught the middle way. Not forcing, not neglecting, guiding. Now, what parents can influence deeply? The daily rhythm of the home, the tone of speech, the way emotions are handled, the way conflict is repaired, the boundaries that protect safety, the values that are modeled. Children do not only learn from what you teach them, they learn from what you do under stress. They learn from your nervous system. If the home is full of shouting, the child learns that shouting is normal. If the home is full of cold silence, the child learns that love disappears when conflict arrives. If the home is full of blame, the child learns to hide. If the home is full of repair, the child learns that mistakes are not the end. This is why the Buddha emphasized training the mind, because your mind is the first classroom your child enters. Now, let us make this clearer with a simple image. Imagine that every child is born with a different instrument. One child is like a drum. Strong rhythm, strong movement, strong intensity. One child is like a flute. Sensitive, quiet, easily affected by the atmosphere. One child is like a violin. Deep emotions, subtle feelings, quickly wounded by harshness. One child is like a trumpet. Bold, energetic, seeks leadership, easily frustrated when blocked. The parent's job is not to turn the drum into a flute. The parent's job is to help each instrument become beautiful, to teach the drum rhythm without chaos, to teach the trumpet strength without aggression, to teach the violin sensitivity without collapse, to teach the flute calm without withdrawal. This is wise parenting. Now, why is this so important? Because many parents confuse temperament with goodness. They see the quiet child and say, "This one is good." They see the high-energy child and say, "This one is bad." But a quiet child can become dishonest. A quiet child can become manipulative. A quiet child can become cold. And a high-energy child can become courageous. A high-energy child can become generous. A high-energy child can become a protector of the weak. So we must stop using quiet as a synonym for good, and stop using active as a synonym for bad. The Buddha taught us to look at intention, to look at actions, to look at consequences, not at surface behavior alone. Now, let us speak about the first 3 years of life, because many parents carry guilt. And this is also why the Buddha's path begins with right understanding. If you misunderstand development, you will punish what should be taught. If you misunderstand temperament, you will shame what should be guided. If you misunderstand yourself, you will react from ego instead of wisdom. So let us look at childhood in seasons, because this makes parenting more realistic. In the earliest season, from birth to around 3, the child is learning the basics of safety. Can I trust the world? Will someone come when I cry? Is my body safe? Are my needs seen? In this season, the child borrows the parent's nervous system. If you are calm, the child calms faster. If you are chaotic, the child becomes chaotic. If you are harsh, the child becomes fearful. If you are steady, the child becomes steadier. So in this season, the most important practice is co-regulation. Co-regulation means you calm yourself first. You lower your voice. You soften your face. You use simple words. You hold boundaries with warmth. And you remember that the child does not yet have full self-control. Self-control is built over years. Now the next season, around 3 to 6, the child starts to learn social life. Sharing, taking turns, listening, waiting, saying please, saying sorry, using words instead of hitting. In this season, the child needs 2 things: clear rules and connection. Clear rules without connection becomes fear. Connection without clear rules becomes chaos. So practice both. You can be gentle and still be firm. You can be loving and still say no. This is the middle way in parenting. Now, the next season, around 7 to 12, the child builds responsibility. Homework, chores, friendships, truthfulness, keeping promises. In this season, parents must shift from controlling everything to coaching. If you keep controlling, the child becomes dependent or rebellious. If you abandon guidance, the child becomes lost. So you coach. You teach planning. You teach consequence. You teach repair. And you also teach something very Buddhist. You teach intention. Why do we do this? Not only because we must, but because it is good. Because it supports the family. Because it supports your own growth. When a child begins to understand intention, character becomes deeper. Now, the next season, adolescence, is often the hardest for parents. Because teenagers are practicing separation. They want autonomy. They want identity. They test boundaries. They question values. They may challenge authority. Many parents panic and try to control harder, but control often creates more rebellion. So the Buddhist middle way becomes even more important. Respect autonomy. Maintain boundaries. Listen more. Lecture less. Invite responsibility. A teenager needs dignity. If you destroy dignity, they hide. So keep dignity safe. Correct behavior, yes, but do not humiliate. Speak to your teenager as a human being, not as a problem. And remember, the goal is not obedience. The goal is wisdom. Now, this may sound beautiful, but parents ask, what do I do when the child is loud, defiant, aggressive, or dishonest? The Buddha's answer is always the same. Look at causes and conditions. A child's behavior is not only character, it is also environment. Sleep, food, screens, stress, peer influence, parental conflict, school pressure, trauma. So when a child is difficult, do not only punish, investigate. Did the child sleep? Did the child eat? Is the child overwhelmed? Is there bullying? Is there fear at home? Is the child copying something? Then you can respond wisely. Now, one modern condition that is creating much suffering is overstimulation. Phones, short videos, games, loud content, constant switching. These train the nervous system to crave constant novelty. Then when the child must do something slow, like homework or conversation, the child becomes restless and angry. So wise parents treat screens like sugar, not evil, but limited. You do not shame the child for craving. You change conditions. Clear screen rules, phone-free meals, outdoor movement, reading time, family conversation. And parents must also practice. Because if you tell your child to put the phone down while you are addicted to your phone, your teaching is weak. So be the example. Now, another modern condition is parental exhaustion. Many parents work too much. They carry financial pressure. They carry social pressure. Then when the child misbehaves, the parent explodes. So if you want to raise a calmer child, you must also care for the parent. Sleep, support, community, simple routines, breaks. This is not selfish. This is responsible. Because an exhausted parent cannot teach calm. Now let us return to the child again. A child with high energy is not an enemy. That energy is life. But energy without guidance becomes chaos, so guide it. Give movement before expecting stillness. Give responsibility instead of only punishment. Give structure instead of constant criticism. A child with sensitivity is not weak. That sensitivity is a gift. But sensitivity without skills becomes anxiety. So teach skills. Breathing, naming feelings, perspective, gradual courage. A child with strong will is not disrespectful. That will can become leadership. But will without humility becomes entitlement. So teach humility, service, chores, respect, gratitude. This is Buddhism in parenting. And as we move through these seasons, remember one thing. Every season is impermanent. The toddler who screams will not always scream. The teenager who slams doors will not always slam doors. The parent who feels hopeless today may feel stronger next year. So do not speak to your child as if this moment is forever. Speak with long vision. Speak with patience. This is equanimity in parenting. Now we can continue with a clearer heart. A baby is not moral. A toddler is not moral. A toddler has a nervous system learning regulation. A toddler is not thinking, I will disrespect my mother now. A toddler is thinking, I want, I feel, I cannot wait. This is not bad. This is development. So if a parent sees a 2-year-old grabbing food and says, this child is greedy, the parent creates a wrong story. If a parent sees a 2-year-old hitting and says, this child is evil, the parent creates a wrong story. The Buddha taught us not to create wrong views. Wrong view becomes suffering. The right view is this. A small child acts from impulse. A small child needs guidance. A small child needs co-regulation. A small child needs boundaries with warmth. Now we should speak about a teaching that many parents need. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is training. And to understand discipline as training, it helps to remember one of the Buddha's most famous images, the image of taming. The Buddha often spoke about taming the mind the way one tames a wild animal. Not with hatred, not with cruelty, with skill. There is a story many people know about a wild elephant sent to harm the Buddha. The elephant was strong. The elephant was intoxicated with rage. The crowd panicked. But the Buddha did not fight the elephant with violence. He stood in calm. He radiated loving kindness. And the elephant, meeting that calm, softened. Whether you take the story literally or as a teaching image, the lesson is clear. Force meets force and creates more force. Calm meets force and can transform force. This does not mean we never use boundaries. Even the elephant needed guidance. But the spirit of guidance matters. In parenting, if you meet your child's wildness with your own wildness, you are adding fuel. If you meet your child's wildness with calm boundaries, you are teaching regulation. So discipline is not the parent's anger. Discipline is the parent's clarity. A clear rule, a consistent consequence, a calm tone, a quick repair. Now, many parents fear that kindness will create spoiled children, so they become harsh. But harshness does not create virtue. Harshness often creates fear and lying. A child who is trained by fear becomes obedient in front of you and dishonest behind you. A child who is trained by respect can become trustworthy, even when you are not watching. So what we want is not only outward obedience, we want inner conscience. And inner conscience grows in a home where truth is safe. Now you may ask, how do we hold boundaries with kindness? Here is a simple structure that is very Buddhist. Connection, clarity, consequence, compassion. Connection means you see the child's emotion. I see you are angry. I see you want this. I see you are disappointed. Clarity means you state the boundary. Hitting is not allowed. We do not scream in the shop. Screens are finished now. Consequence means you follow through. We will step outside. We will take a break. You will repair and apologize. You will clean what you spilled. Compassion means you stay human. You do not insult. You do not humiliate. You do not threaten abandonment. You say, I love you, and the boundary stays. This is discipline with Dharma. Now let us continue. In the Buddhist path, discipline is not hate. Discipline is love with structure. A child feels safe when boundaries are clear. A child feels unsafe when everything is random. So heaven gave the temperament is never an excuse to abandon discipline. If a child is intense, they need boundaries even more. Not harsh boundaries, clear boundaries, consistent boundaries. Boundaries that do not humiliate. Because humiliation creates shame, and shame creates rebellion, and rebellion creates more suffering. Now let us share a small story. A mother had 2 children. One child was calm. The other child was full of energy. He ran, climbed, touched everything, and made noise. The mother began to compare. Why can't you be like your sister? The boy heard this sentence many times. At first he tried to please. Then he failed. Then he stopped trying. Then he became angry, not because he wanted to be bad, because he felt he was already considered bad. Then one day, a teacher said something that changed the mother's heart. Your child is not bad. Your child is full of energy. If you give him only stop, he will become your enemy. But if you give him direction, he can become your strength. So the mother changed her approach. She stopped comparing. She started guiding. She gave him a daily movement routine. She gave him tasks that used his energy. Carry groceries, sweep the floor, water plants, help with cooking. She praised effort, not silence. She taught him one rule at a time, and when he failed, she repaired instead of labeling. Slowly, the boy changed. His energy stayed, but the chaos decreased. The lesson is simple. Temperament is the raw fire. Parenting is learning to cook with that fire. Now, let us bring this into the Buddha's language. In Buddhism, we speak about causes and conditions.
A child's temperament is one condition. The parent's mind is another condition. The home environment is another condition. The teacher's response is another condition. The child's friends are another condition. The food, sleep, and stimulation are conditions. Even the way parents speak to each other is a condition. So when a child behaves unskillfully, we should not jump to blame. We should ask a wiser question. What conditions are feeding this behavior? This is the Buddha's approach. Not blame, not denial, investigation. Now, some parents feel attacked when we talk about responsibility. They say, "Are you saying it is my fault?" This is not the Buddha's way. The Buddha did not teach blame. He taught responsibility without hatred. He taught that actions have effects. Responsibility is power. If you blame yourself, you collapse. If you deny responsibility, you repeat. If you take wise responsibility, you can change conditions. This is the middle way. Now, let us address the spiritual part gently, with care. In Buddhism, the traditional teaching includes rebirth. It includes the idea that beings come with accumulated tendencies. Some people call it past karma. Some call it habit energy. Some call it deep conditioning. Whether you understand this literally or psychologically, the point is similar. Children can arrive with strong tendencies. One child may be naturally cautious. One child may be naturally bold. One child may be naturally sensitive. One child may be naturally stubborn. In the Buddha's language, these can be understood as habits. Habits do not appear from nowhere. Habits arise from causes. But here is the important point. Karma is not destiny. Karma is not a prison. Karma is a pattern that can be influenced. So even if a child arrives with difficult tendencies, it is not hopeless. It is simply a stronger training field. Like a person who arrives with weak muscles, they can still become strong with training. They just need more patient effort and better guidance. So do not label your child. Do not say, "This is just who they are. They will never change." In Buddhism, we do not give up on beings. We cultivate. Now let us return to the proverb and correct it gently. Parents give birth. Conditions shape character. Temperament is real, but character is trained. So when a parent says, "It is heaven," the Buddha would ask, "What are you practicing? What are you modeling? What is the home atmosphere? How do you respond when your child is angry? How do you respond when your child lies? How do you respond when your child is scared? Because the child is watching." Now let us talk about lying, because many parents panic. A child lies and the parent says, "This child is bad." But the Buddha would ask, why did the child lie? Often the child lies because they fear punishment. They fear humiliation.
They fear losing love. So the parent should not only punish lying, the parent should reduce the conditions that make lying feel necessary. This does not mean no consequences. It means consequences with safety. A child should learn that truth is safe. Truth is respected. Truth leads to repair, not to destruction.
Now, the Buddha's teaching to Rahula is famous for its simplicity. Rahula was the Buddha's son, and one day the Buddha taught him something that every parent can remember. He taught that before speaking, we should reflect. Is it true? Is it beneficial? Is it timely? Is it gentle? And he also taught that if we realize we have done harm, we should admit it and resolve not to repeat it. This is not only a teaching for monks, it is a teaching for homes. Imagine if every family practiced this. A parent pauses before shouting. A child pauses before lying. A spouse pauses before sarcasm. One small pause can change a whole life. So if your child struggles with truth, do not only punish, teach reflection. Here is a simple home practice. At night, ask the child 3 questions. What was one true thing you said today? What was one kind thing you did today? What was one mistake you made today, and how could you repair it? Do not use this as interrogation. Use it as training. This builds conscience. This builds humility. This builds the habit of repair. Now, let us continue. He taught the child to reflect before speaking and acting. Is it true? Is it beneficial? Does it lead to harm or to peace? We can use this spirit in modern parenting. Teach your child to pause. Teach your child to reflect. Teach your child to repair. Now, let us talk about anger, because anger is common. Some children explode easily. This does not automatically mean they are bad. It often means they have a sensitive nervous system, or they have poor sleep, or they have too much stimulation, or they do not yet have skills. So the parent's job is to teach skills. Name emotions. Breathe. Use words. Take space. Repair. And the parent must practice too. Because a parent cannot teach calm with a screaming voice. So your child's temperament may be given, but your response is trained. This is the Buddha's path in the home. Now let us include another story. A father had a son who was always fighting at school. The father felt ashamed and angry. He punished the child harshly. The child became more aggressive. One day, the father met a monk who asked him, "When your son is angry, what do you give him?" The father said, "I give him punishment." The monk said, "Then you are giving anger, more anger. You are watering the seed you want to remove." The father felt offended, but then he reflected. He realized his son's anger was meeting his own anger, so the house was full of fire. So the father tried something new. He practiced the 3-breath pause before speaking. He practiced listening first. He practiced setting consequences without insults. He also gave the child a healthy channel for energy, sports, chores, outdoor play. Slowly, the child changed. Not because the father became soft, because the father became wise. The lesson is simple. You cannot teach a child to be calm with an untrained mind. So the first child we must raise is ourselves. Now, some listeners may feel heavy right now. They may think, I have made many mistakes. My child is already 10, 12, 15. Is it too late? In the Buddha's teaching, it is never too late to plant wholesome seeds. You cannot redo the past, but you can change today's conditions. And children, even teenagers, still respond to sincerity. If you apologize sincerely, many hearts soften. So if you have been harsh, you can repair. Not with long speeches, with one honest sentence. I am sorry. I was not skillful. I love you. I am learning too. This sentence is Dharma, because the Buddha praised humility, and humility heals families. Now, let us offer a practical map. How do we work with a child's temperament without labeling? Begin with observation. Observe without judgment. When does the child struggle most? Is it mourning? Is it transitions? Is it crowded places? Is it hunger? Is it overstimulation? Then adjust conditions. Earlier sleep, simpler food, less screen, more movement, more structure. Then teach skills, breathing, naming feelings, asking for help, taking breaks. Then build character, honesty, kindness, responsibility, respect. This is the path. Not one lecture, not one punishment, daily training. Now let us talk about another harmful habit in parenting, using shame as discipline. Some parents say, "You are embarrassing me," or "Why can't you be normal?" or "You are stupid." These words become seeds of self-hatred, and self-hatred becomes rebellion, anxiety, addiction, or collapse later. The Buddha taught right speech. Right speech is not only for monks, it is for parents. So discipline without shame. Correct the behavior, not the child's worth. Say hitting is not allowed, not you are a bad boy. Say we clean after playing, not we are lazy. Say we speak respectfully, not you are rude. This is how you protect a child's dignity while training behavior. Now let us talk about the quiet child. Some parents think quiet means no need to guide. But quiet children also need guidance. They may hide emotions. They may fear conflict. They may become people pleasers. They may become anxious. So a wise parent does not only correct the loud child. A wise parent also connects with the quiet child. Invite their feelings. Teach them to speak. Teach them to set boundaries. Teach them that their voice matters. Now let us talk about the ambitious child. Some children are strong-willed. They argue. They push. They want independence. If you crush them, they become resentful. If you indulge them, they become entitled. So the middle way is to guide strength into responsibility. Give choices within boundaries. Give leadership tasks. Teach respect. Teach empathy. A strong-willed child can become a strong protector if guided. Now let us talk about the sensitive child. Sensitive children feel everything. A harsh tone can break them. A small rejection can feel huge. If parents call them weak, they become ashamed of their sensitivity. If parents protect them from all pain, they become fragile. So the middle way is to honor sensitivity and train resilience. Validate feelings, teach breathing, teach perspective, teach gradual exposure, teach self-compassion. This is Dharma. Now let us speak about the parent's own temperament, because this matters. Sometimes a parent is calm and the child is intense. The parent feels overwhelmed. Sometimes a parent is intense and the child is calm. The parent feels impatient So parenting is also a meeting of temperaments. The Buddha taught mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you see your own triggers. If your child's loudness triggers your fear, see it. If your child's stubbornness triggers your pride, see it. If your child's mess triggers your control, see it. Then practice. Because the child is not only being trained by you, you are being trained by the child. In a Buddhist way, children are sometimes our teachers, not because they are superior, but because they reveal our untrained places. So instead of saying, "This child is my punishment," we can say, "This child is my practice." Now a story. A mother was very organized. She loved cleanliness. She loved schedules. Her child was chaotic, always moving, always changing plans, always making mess. The mother became angry daily. Then one day she realized something. Her child was teaching her flexibility, not to become careless, but to become less rigid. So she trained herself. She kept some structure, but she loosened perfection. She chose which battles matter. She practiced breathing before correcting. She used humor, not humiliation. Her life became lighter. The child also became more cooperative because the mother became less tense. The lesson is simple. A tense mind creates a tense home. A relaxed mind creates space. Now we should bring in the Buddha's 4 qualities of heart that can guide parenting. Loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, equanimity. Loving kindness means you want your child's well-being, not your child's perfection, your child's well-being. Compassion means when your child struggles, you do not add cruelty. You guide, but you do not hate. Sympathetic joy means you celebrate your child's growth, even small. You do not compare with other children. You celebrate your child's steps. Equanimity means you do not panic in every storm. You remember change. You remember growth takes time. You remember your child is not defined by one bad day. These 4 make parenting holy. Now, many parents ask, how do I build moral character? The Buddha's answer is simple. Example. Children learn ethics from watching, not from lectures. If you want your child to be honest, be honest. If you want your child to be kind, be kind. If you want your child to respect elders, respect elders. If you want your child to be calm, practice calm. If you tell your child not to shout, but you shout every day, your child learns shouting. If you tell your child not to lie, but you lie in front of them, your child learns lying. This is karma, not as punishment, as cause and effect. So the most powerful education is your daily life. Now some parents feel despair because they cannot be perfect. The Buddha did not demand perfection. He demanded practice. So do not aim for perfect parenting. Aim for repairing parenting. When you fail, repair. When you shout, apologize. When you judge, soften. When you compare, stop and correct yourself. This humility is a Dharma gift to your child because it teaches them they can also learn. They can also repair. They can also begin again. Now, if this talk is helping you, you can gently support Buddha Peaceful Mind with a like or subscribe. Not to chase numbers, but to help these teachings reach parents who feel alone in their struggles. Now, let us speak about school complaints and social judgment. School is a powerful condition. A child may be calm at home and chaotic at school. or calm at school and explosive at home. So do not assume the child is two-faced. Often, the child is simply holding it together in one place and releasing in another. This is especially common with sensitive children. They behave well outside, then collapse at home. Home feels safe enough to release. So instead of saying, "Why are you worse at home?" a wise parent says, "You were holding so much outside. Let us help you settle." Now, let us speak about teachers, because teachers are also human. Some teachers understand temperament. Some teachers do not. Some teachers have 30 or 40 children in a room. Their nervous system is also overloaded, so they may label quickly. So the parent must practice wisdom. Protect the child's dignity. Collaborate with the school. And do not turn the teacher into an enemy. Ask, what support can we give? What adjustments can we make? Can the child sit closer to the teacher? Can the child take movement breaks? Can the child have a simple tool, like a stress ball? Can the child have clear visual schedules? Can the teacher use short instructions? Many behavior problems are actually skill gaps. A child who cannot sit is not always defiant. Sometimes they are dysregulated. Sometimes they need movement built into learning. So advocate without aggression. Now, let us speak about peers. A child is not raised only by parents. Friends shape language. Friends shape values. Friends shape courage and fear. Friends shape risk. This is why the Buddha praised wise companionship. So parents must help children learn how to choose friends, not by controlling every friendship, but by teaching values and discernment. Teach your child to ask, does this friend make me kinder or harsher? Does this friend push me toward trouble or toward growth? Do I feel safe and respected around this friend? This is Dharma as social wisdom. Now let us speak about bullying. Bullying is not only a school problem, it is a human suffering problem. A bullied child may become withdrawn, anxious, or aggressive. A bullied child may lie to avoid school. A bullied child may suddenly misbehave to escape pain. So if your child's behavior changes, look for hidden suffering. Ask gently, what is happening at school? Who are you sitting with? Do you feel safe? Has anyone been unkind? Listen without rushing to fix. Listen without blaming the child. Then take wise action. Speak with teachers. Seek support. Build the child's confidence. Teach boundaries. A child who can say stop and walk away is safer. Now let us speak about another modern condition that shapes temperament and behavior. Food, sleep, and nervous system. Some children become more irritable with sugar and processed foods. Some become more restless with lack of protein. Some become more anxious with too much caffeine and stimulation. This is not moral. This is biology. So wise parents treat the body as part of Dharma. Simple food, enough water, enough sleep, less late-night screens. These changes can reduce conflict dramatically. Now, let us speak about one of the Buddha's most gentle teachings that applies perfectly to parenting. The teaching of the lute string. A musician named Sona was practicing very hard. He was forcing himself. He became discouraged. The Buddha asked him about his instrument.
When the string is too tight, what happens?
It breaks.
When the string is too loose, what happens?
It makes no sound. So how should it be?
Balanced.
Then the Buddha said the practice is like that. Not too tight,
not too loose. Parenting is also like that. Some parents are too tight. They control every detail. They demand perfection. They punish small mistakes. They create fear. Children raised in fear may become obedient, but inside they are tense.
They may hide, lie, and resent. Some parents are too loose. No boundaries, no routines, no consequences. They call it freedom. Children raised without structure often feel unsafe. They may become anxious, entitled, or chaotic. So the middle way is balance. Firm boundaries, warm connection, consistent routines, compassionate consequences. This is the lute string of the home. Now, let us speak about the marriage of the parents, because it is a huge condition. Many people think parenting is only about parent and child. But children are always watching how adults treat each other. If parents speak with sarcasm, children learn sarcasm. If parents insult, children learn insult. If parents stonewall, children learn emotional withdrawal. If parents repair, children learn repair. So if you want to raise a child with good character, you must also train the relationship between adults. This is Dharma. Practice right speech with your spouse. Practice apology. Practice listening. Practice not humiliating each other in front of children, because a child's nervous system cannot relax in a war zone. Even if you never hit the child, constant adult conflict trains fear. So if your home has constant conflict, do not only correct the child, correct the adult atmosphere. Now, a story. A child was acting out constantly. Teachers complained. The parents thought the child was the problem.
Then a counselor asked, "How is the atmosphere between the two of you?" The parents became quiet. They were fighting every night. The child was absorbing it. The child could not name the fear, so the fear became behavior. So the parents practiced a new rule. No shouting in front of the child. If heat rises, pause and separate. Return later. They also practiced a daily kindness ritual. One appreciation each day. Within weeks, the child became calmer.
Not because the child suddenly matured, because the home became safer. The lesson is clear. The child's behavior is often the shadow of the home atmosphere. So do not blame the child for carrying the family's tension. Train the adults. Now, let us speak about grandparents and extended family. In many cultures, grandparents are part of the home. This can be a blessing. It can also be a conflict. The Buddha taught gratitude for parents, but he also taught wise boundaries and non-harming. So the middle way is respect without losing your own household. If grandparents undermine your discipline, the child becomes confused. If grandparents shame the child becomes wounded. If parents insult grandparents, the home becomes divided. So practice respectful alignment. Speak privately with elders. Explain the rules calmly. Ask for support. And protect the child from harsh words. A child should not become the battlefield of adult power. Now let us speak about spiritual language in parenting. Some parents say, "This child is my karma." This can be useful if it makes the parent more humble and more compassionate. But it becomes harmful if the parent uses it to justify suffering. My karma is heavy, so I must endure abuse. My karma is heavy, so I must be miserable. This is not Buddhism. Buddhism does not worship suffering. Buddhism transforms suffering. So if you say karma, say it like this. This is my condition, and I can practice. not, "This is my prison." Now, let us bring in the 5 precepts, because they are a simple Dharma foundation for family life. You do not need to explain them as religious rules. You can translate them into family values. Non-harming, truthfulness, respectful boundaries, mindful consumption, clarity of mind. Non-harming means no hitting, no humiliating. Truthfulness means we speak honestly and repair when we lie. Respectful boundaries means we do not violate each other's dignity. Mindful consumption means we are careful with screens, substances, and habits that make the mind muddy. Clarity of mind means we value calm and awareness, not constant stimulation. If a family trains these 5, character grows naturally. Now, let us address the child who is breaking rules again and again. Parents often feel hopeless. They say, "I told you 1,000 times." But the Buddha would remind us, repetition is part of training. If you plant a seed, you water it many times. You do not water once and demand a tree. Children learn through repetition. So instead of speaking as if the child is refusing, speak as if the child is learning. And also check if the rule is realistic for the child's development. A 2-year-old cannot have the same self-control as a 10-year-old. A child with high energy cannot have the same stillness as a naturally calm child. So adjust expectations and train slowly. Now let us speak about a child who does not listen. Sometimes the child does not listen because the parent's words are too many. When you speak 10 sentences, the child hears noise. So practice fewer words, more clarity. Get eye contact. Touch the shoulder gently if appropriate. Say one short instruction, then follow through. A calm parent with few words is more powerful than an angry parent with many words. Now, let us speak about rewards and punishment. Some parents only use rewards. Children become dependent on prizes. Some parents only use punishment. Children become fearful or rebellious. The middle way is intrinsic motivation. Teach values, teach contribution, teach pride in effort, teach the joy of helping. Children who experience contribution often behave better because they feel belonging, they feel meaning. Now, here is a simple family ritual for building character. The Family Merit Bowl. Once a day, each family member names one wholesome action they did. It can be small. I shared. I apologized. I helped. I told the truth. I cleaned. I was patient. This trains the mind to notice goodness, and it trains children that goodness is normal, not special. Now, let us speak about the parents' inner wounds, because they silently decide parenting style. If you were shamed as a child, you may shame your child. If you were abandoned, you may cling to your child. If you were controlled, you may control your child. If you were neglected, you may become anxious. So healing the parent is also raising the child. This is why mindfulness is so important. Mindfulness helps you notice when you are reacting from your past, not responding to your child. So when you feel big anger, ask yourself, is this moment truly that dangerous? Or is an old wound being touched? Then breathe. Then respond. This is the Dharma of breaking cycles. Now, dear friends, if you have been labeled as the difficult child in your family, hear this clearly. Your temperament was not your fault. Your needs were real. Your nervous system was real. If you became chaotic, it may have been a cry for structure. If you became angry, it may have been a cry for protection. If you became withdrawn, it may have been a cry for safety. So forgive yourself. And if you are now an adult, you can train yourself. The Buddha's path is always available. Now, let us add one last practice that is very useful for parents. The RAIN practice. Recognize what you feel. Allow it to be here. Investigate with kindness. Nurture with wisdom. When your child triggers you, recognize your emotion. Allow it. Do not deny it. Investigate. What is this really about? Nurture. Choose a wise response. This turns parenting into meditation. Not the quiet meditation of a monastery, but the living meditation of daily life. Now we can return to the talk with more depth. Many parents become defensive when teachers complain. They feel attacked. But defensiveness does not help the child. So practice a middle way. Listen to feedback. Filter it with wisdom. Do not accept rude judgment, but accept useful information. Ask, what exactly happened? When did it happen? What was my child needing? What skill is missing? What support can we provide? Then collaborate with the teacher. The Buddha praised wise cooperation. Now, let us speak about labeling. When a child hears, "You are bad," repeatedly, they often become that story. Not because they are bad, because humans become what the mirror shows. So be careful with your mirror. Describe behavior, not identity. And give your child a better identity. You are learning. You are growing. You are capable of kindness. You can choose again. This is how we plant good seeds. Now the proverb again. Parents give birth. Heaven gives temperament. In Buddhism, we can correct it into a more useful teaching. Parents cannot control everything, but parents influence more than they think. The child arrives with conditions. The parents create conditions. And the meeting of these conditions becomes the child's path. So do not take pride when a child is easy. Do not take shame when a child is difficult. Take responsibility. Take compassion. Take practice. Now, we should speak about fairness in a home with multiple children. This is important. Parents often treat children differently, not intentionally, but unconsciously. The easy child gets more smiles. The difficult child gets more corrections. Over time, the difficult child feels unloved. The easy child feels superior. Then sibling resentment grows. So practice equal respect, even if you give different support. Different children need different support, but they all need equal dignity. Tell each child, "I see you." Tell each child, "I love you." Tell each child, "I will guide you." Now let us talk about the role of routines. Routines are not control. Routines are compassion. Children feel safe with predictable rhythms. Sleep time, meal time, study time, play time, screen limits. A child with high energy needs movement built into routines. A child with anxiety needs calm built into routines. A child with impulsivity needs structure built into routines. So design the home like a monastery of kindness. Not strict like fear, structured like safety. Now, let us talk about consequences. Consequences are part of training, but consequences must be connected. Connected means the consequence relates to the behavior. If a child makes a mess, they clean it. If a child breaks trust, they rebuild it. If a child hurts someone, they repair and make amends.
Consequences should not be revenge. Revenge creates hatred. Hatred does not end hatred. So consequences with love. This is the Buddha's way. Now, let us include a story about amends. A child stole candy from a shop. The parent was embarrassed and angry. Instead of screaming, the parent took a breath. Then they did 3 things. They returned to the shop with the child. The child gave the candy back and apologized. The child did a helpful task at home to rebuild responsibility. The parent did not say, "You are a thief." The parent said, "You made an unskillful choice. You will repair, and you will learn." The child cried, but the child learned. The lesson is that moral training is not humiliation. It is repair. Now, let us speak about compassion for parents. Some parents did not receive good parenting. They were raised with shouting.
They were raised with fear. They were raised with comparison.
So when they become parents, those habits arise. This is also karma, conditioning. So if you are that parent, do not drown in guilt. Use awareness. When you notice a harmful habit, pause. Name it. Then choose one small change. This is how cycles break. Now we must speak about the Buddha's teaching on patience. Patience is not weakness. Patience is strength that does not harm. Children change slowly. Their brains develop slowly. Their skills develop slowly. So a parent must practice patient effort. Not forcing, not giving up. Patient effort. This is the stem of the lotus in parenting. Now let us offer a simple practice for parents. The 3-breath pause. Before you correct your child, breathe 3 times. First breath, notice your own emotion. Second breath, soften your body. Third breath, choose words that teach, not words that wound. This practice can change a family. Now, another practice. Connect before correct. When a child misbehaves, often their nervous system is dysregulated. They need connection before instruction. Connection can be one sentence. I see you are upset. One touch if welcomed. One calm presence. Then correct. Then teach. This is compassionate discipline. Now, another practice. One praise for effort each day. Not praise for talent. Not praise for being quiet. Praise effort. I saw you try. I saw you stop yourself.
I saw you share. I saw you apologize. I saw you breathe. This builds character. Now we will offer a longer practice plan because this is a long talk and parents need something they can apply. A 7-day mindful parenting practice. Day 1, observation. For 1 day, do not label your child. Do not say good or bad. Just observe patterns. When do they struggle? When do they cooperate? Day 2, routine. Adjust one routine. Earlier sleep, less screen, more movement, more calm. Choose one. Day 3, right speech. For 1 day, remove insults. No, you are. Only this behavior. Day 4, repair. Apologize once, even if it is small. I'm sorry I shouted. This builds trust. Day 5, connection. Spend 15 minutes with your child without teaching. No correction, just presence.
Day 6. Responsibility. Give one age-appropriate task. Let them contribute. Contribution builds dignity. Day 7. Reflection. Ask yourself 3 questions. Where did I cling today? Where did I let go? What seed did I plant? Repeat these 7 days again and again. This is training. Now, let us speak about the spiritual interpretation without exaggeration. Some people say, "My child is old soul," or "My child is young soul." In Buddhism, we can speak more carefully. Some children arrive with more stable calm. Some arrive with more restless energy. Some children are naturally sensitive to hypocrisy. Some children are naturally impulsive. Whether you interpret this as past habit energies or simply biology and early conditioning, the practical message remains the same. Do not worship the calm child. Do not despise the restless child. Do not use spiritual labels to avoid parenting. Do not use spiritual labels to scare children. Use wisdom. Use compassion. Use training. Now, let us address one more painful issue. Parents feel judged by society. When a child is loud, people stare. When a child runs, people complain. So parents become ashamed and harsh. This is common. So practice this reflection. Other people's opinions are wind. Your child's nervous system is real. Do not sacrifice your child's dignity to satisfy a stranger's comfort. You can still be respectful. You can still guide behavior, but do not humiliate. Protect your child. Teach your child. And protect your own mind from shame. Now, a story. A child had a tantrum in public. People stared. A grandmother said, "Control your child." The mother felt heat, but she remembered the Dharma. She knelt down. She breathed. She said softly, "You are overwhelmed. We will step outside." She carried the child out calmly. The child cried. The mother stayed steady. After a minute, the child calmed. The mother taught one simple thing. We can be upset, but we do not scream inside the shop. Then they returned. The lesson is that parenting is not performance. It is practice. Now, let us speak about the deepest meaning of this proverb. Parents give birth. Heaven gives temperament. The deepest meaning is humility. It reminds parents not to be arrogant when children are easy. It reminds parents not to be cruel when children are difficult. It reminds parents that control is limited. But the proverb is not permission to abandon responsibility. In the Buddha's teaching, we always work with what we have. We do not say, "It is fate, so I stop." We say, "These are conditions, so I train." So if your child is intense, train. If your child is shy, train. If your child is anxious, train. If your child is stubborn, train. If your child is gentle, train. Train with love. Train with patience. Train with consistency. And remember that your child is not a project to perfect. Your child is a person to understand and guide. Now, dear friends, if you want more Dhamma talks like this, you can gently support Buddha Peaceful Mind by subscribing. It helps these teachings reach parents, teachers, and grown children who are healing. Before we gather the essence, let us add 2 final pieces of practical wisdom. The first is choosing your battles. Not every behavior deserves the same energy. Some things are safety issues: hitting, running into the street, dangerous objects. These require immediate, firm boundaries. Some things are values issues: lying, cruel speech, stealing, disrespect. These require steady training and repair. Some things are preference issues. Style, messiness within reason, different interests, different pace. These require flexibility. Many parents burn out because they fight preference issues like safety issues. So ask yourself, is this about safety, values, or preference? Then respond with the appropriate level of energy. This reduces unnecessary conflict and preserves connection. The second is knowing when to seek help. Sometimes a child's struggles are bigger than ordinary parenting tools. Severe anxiety, persistent aggression, extreme impulsivity, self-harm words, trauma responses, learning difficulties that cause constant frustration. In these cases, seeking professional support is not failure. It is wisdom. The Buddha praised wise help, a doctor for the body, a teacher for the mind, a community for the heart. So if your child is struggling deeply, do not carry it alone. Seek assessment, seek counseling, seek school support, seek community resources. And even if you cannot access everything, one wise step is still a step. Now, one more gentle reminder. Some children are neurodiverse. Some have different attention patterns. Some have sensory sensitivities. Some struggle with impulse control. These are not moral problems. They are nervous system differences. So do not shame. Do not label. Do not despair. Train skills. Adjust conditions. Seek support. A child who struggles is not trying to destroy you. A child who struggles is trying to survive. When you see that, your compassion becomes stronger and your discipline becomes wiser. Now, with these final reflections, we can gather the essence. Now, to close, let us gather the essence. And before we end, let us rest in one short closing meditation for parents, children, and anyone healing. Take one slow breath. Feel your feet, your body, your breath. Now bring to mind a child you love, or the child you once were. See that child's face. Remember, every child wants the same thing: to be safe, to be loved, to be understood, to be guided. Now say inwardly, may you be safe, may you be loved, may you be guided with wisdom. Now bring to mind your own heart as a parent or as an adult who is still learning. Now say inwardly, may I be patient, may I be wise, may I speak gently, may I repair when I fail. Now imagine your home, your family, your community. May our homes be places of refuge. May our words reduce suffering. May our discipline be kindness. May our love become wisdom. Take one more breath and remember, you do not need to be perfect. You need to keep practicing. Now we can end. Before we close, let us offer a longer training plan, because many parents listening want something they can actually do. A 30-day Dharma parenting practice. Not perfect, not rigid, but steady. In the first week, train the parent. Each day, practice the 3-breath pause 3 times. Not only with the child, with anyone. Before speaking, breathe. Before texting, breathe. Before correcting, breathe. This week is about reducing your own second arrows.
The second arrow is the extra suffering created by harsh speech and stories. If you reduce your second arrows, your home becomes lighter. In the second week, train the home atmosphere. Create one daily refuge, a phone-free meal, a short walk together, a bedtime story, a simple gratitude circle. Refuge means a moment where the nervous system can rest. Children who have refuge behave better, not because they are controlled, but because they feel safer. In the third week, train responsibility. Give each child one small daily task, not to use them, to build dignity. Let them contribute. Contribution reduces entitlement. It builds confidence. It builds the feeling, I belong and I matter. In the fourth week, train repair. Each day, practice one repair. A small apology, a gentle conversation, a hug after conflict, a note, a kind sentence. Repair is the most important skill in a long family life, because conflict is normal. Unrepaired conflict becomes poison. Now a very short metta practice for parents. Close your eyes for a moment, if you can. Bring your child to mind, not their worst behavior, their face when they were small, their vulnerability, their longing to be loved. Now say inwardly, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be guided, may you learn wisdom, may you be free from suffering. Now bring yourself to mind, your tiredness, your fear, your mistakes. Now say inwardly, may I be patient, may I be wise, may I be supported, may I learn to repair, may I be free from suffering. This is not magic. This changes tone. Tone changes speech. Speech changes karma. Karma changes the home. Now, one more reminder for parents. Do not raise your child alone in your mind. Seek support, wise friends, family support, teachers, counselors when needed. The Buddha praised spiritual friendship. Parenting is a path. Paths are easier with companions. Now, if this talk has supported you, you can share it with a parent who is struggling, or subscribe to Buddha Peaceful Mind for more long, gentle teachings. Sometimes one teaching can reduce a whole family's suffering. Now we can close with a steadier heart. Temperament is real. Temperament is varied. Temperament is not moral. Character is trained. Character is modeled. Character is built through daily causes. So the correct understanding is this: parents give birth and provide conditions. Children arrive with unique tendencies, and the meeting of these becomes the path. A child does not need a perfect parent. A child needs a practicing parent. A parent who can breathe before speaking. A parent who can set boundaries without humiliation. A parent who can apologize. A parent who can stop comparing. A parent who can see temperament without labeling. A parent who can teach skills, not only punish mistakes. A parent who can love without clinging to an image. And if you are not that parent yet, you can become that parent. Because the Buddha's path is transformation. It is the lotus rising from mud. So let your home become a small training hall, not a battlefield. Let your speech become a refuge. Let your discipline become kindness. Let your love become wisdom. May your children grow with dignity. May your parenting
become lighter. May your home be a place where wholesome seeds can ripen. May all parents be supported. May all children be safe. May all families find peace. May all beings be well. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be free.